happening about each other. What is happening? We are able to catch up to the minute, to today. Catch up. He elected, he decided, he chose to get off the bus 2 stops before me. He elected, he chose. And why? He needed to buy a new lock, a device, could be something like this for his gym locker. He works out every day at the gym, and he needed to get a new lock for his gym locker. Gymnasium locker. What is a locker?
Locker. Small cover, very small cover.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sure that if you go to a gym here, that there would be lockers, maybe, you know, where you could put your clothes while you changed and put on your exercise uniform or outfit, and then put your shoes and things in the locker, locked the locker, and then went out to the gym to exercise. A locker. Any questions about the words here? Pronunciation?
Sir, what is the correct central? Some people say center or central. What is the correct pronunciation?
Well, I don't know what some people say, but when I say it, it's central.
Yeah,
Central Mesa, the middle of the town. You could have the central Bangkok, not the outer limits or the edges of the city. You know, you could live in what they sometimes call the suburbs.
So we have to use central, right?
Well, if you're, unless you can come up with a different word, what other word would you use? What, if, other than central Bangkok or central Mesa? Middle of town, the middle of town.
Yeah.
In you know, central, that's just a common expression about the location in the middle of the city. Where are you going? Central Mesa. Into the center of the city.
So what does mean suburbs?
Oh, suburbs would be,
Part of the city. Surrounding parts.
it could be the outer edges of the city, outside the urban area. It could be along here or maybe up
Here, yes, okay.
around there. The suburbs. He lives in the suburbs. He has a job in Central Mesa. He lives in the suburbs. So he has to drive his car every morning to the office in Central Mesa. He lives in the suburbs. It takes about 45 minutes for him to drive into Central Mesa to the office. From the suburbs to the center of the city. And Mesa actually is a suburban area of the city of Phoenix, Arizona, which is a major U.S. city, 4th or 5th largest in the country. Boarded to get on, to step up and on the bus. He boarded the bus. We chatted, we talked. To catch up, to become current, up to date about what is happening. He elected, he decided to get off 2 stops before me to buy the lock for his gym locker. Any questions about that? Locker? Gym? Okay, good.
Give me name. Name, give.
It could be a name, yeah. And it could be, it's the same pronunciation as this gym, but a different, a gym is an exercise facility, place, exercise. But the gym is the name, can be a name of a person.
This could be a teacher name.
Right, but it could be. Yeah, some people call me that.
ออกกำลังกาย
GYM
เป็นสถานที่ออก
Yeah.
It's actually the gym. G, what, gym. That's the full word. Gymnasium, Greek. But for everybody, most people anyway would not say gymnasium. Maybe, but most times it's just, where are you going? I'm going to the gym. And that's it. Oh, okay. He's going to the gym. He'll be back in an hour. It's a gymnasium is the full word, but 99.9% of the time, almost every time, a person will say, I'm going to the gym. Rarely will somebody say, well, I'm going to the gymnasium. I'll be no. Doesn't happen very often. The gym, I'm going to the gym to work out. To work out at the gym. To exercise at the gym. The gymnasium. Okay, here we go. The story continues. Talking about my friend that got off the bus 2 stops before me. He had 2 options. To purchase a combination lock or a padlock and key. He chose the combination lock as he thought it would be easier to remember the combination than to keep track of the key. He had 2 options, to purchase a combination lock or a padlock and key. He chose the combination lock as he thought it would be easier to remember the combination than to keep track of the key. Go ahead. Try.
He had 2 options to purchase a combination lock or a padlock and key. He chose a combination lock as he thought it would be easier to remember the combination than to keep track of the key.
Right, very good. It would be easier to remember the combination than to keep track of the key. He had two options: to purchase a combination lock or a padlock and key. Go ahead, sir.
We had two options to purchase a combination lock or padlock and key. He took the combination lock as he thought it would be
Would be easier
easily to remember the combination, then keep track of the key.
Right, very good. Remember the combination, than to keep track of the key. Go ahead.
He had two options to purchase a combination lock or a padlock and key. He chose the combination lock as he thought it would be easier to remember the combination than to keep track of the key.
Right, very good. He had two options to purchase. Almost like P-U-R-R, purchase, C-H-I-S, purchase. He had two options: to purchase a combination lock or a padlock and key. He chose the combination lock as he thought it would be easier to remember the combination than to keep track of the key. Go ahead.
He had two options to purchase a combination lock or padlock and key. He chose the combination lock as he thought it would be easier to remember the combination than to keep track of the key.
Right, very good. Very good. Remember the combination than to keep track of the key. Purchase, combination, easier, remember, key. Okay, go ahead.
He had two options to purchase a combination lock or a padlock and key. He
Chose the combination.
the combination lock as he
Thought.
it
Would
would be
easier
easier to remember the combination and
than.
then to keep track of the key.
Right, very good. He had two options: to purchase a combination lock or a padlock and key. He chose the combination lock as he thought it would be easier to remember the combination than to keep track of the key. Okay.
He had two options to purchase a combination lock or a padlock and key. He chose the combination lock as he thought it would be easier to remember the combination than to keep track of the key.
Right. He thought it would be easier to remember the combination than to keep track of the key. Purchase, padlock, combination, easier, key. Go ahead.
He has two options to purchase a combination lock or a padlock and key. He chose the combination lock as he thought and through it would be easier easier to remember the combination than to keep track of the key.
Than to keep track.
Keep track.
Track. Like railroad track.
Track.
Track of the key. He chose.
Chose.
He chose.
He chose.
A combination